네, 여러분, 하병필 인천광역시 부시장님 그리고 내 외빈 여러분께서 입장하고 계십니다. 뜨거운 박수로 환영 부탁드리겠습니다. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Byung-pil Ha, Vice Mayor of Incheon Metropolitan City, and our esteemed guest with a big round of applause. 네, 여러분 오늘 이 자리를 위해서 정말 아낌없는 지원을 해주신 분들입니다. 감사의 마음을 담아서 다시 한번 큰 박수로 맞아주십시오. 네, 여러분 안녕하십니까? 2024 인천 국제재난보건력 지도자 포럼에 오신 모든 분들 진심으로 환영합니다. 저는 오늘 이 귀한 자리 진행을 맡은 아나운서 김민혜입니다. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and a very warm welcome to the International Disaster Resilience Leaders Forum Incheon 2024. My name is Min-hwa Kim and it's a great honor to be your MC for this very meaningful occasion. 네, 올해도 도시의 보건력 증진을 위해서 이 자리에 많은 지도자분들을 비롯해서 도시 회복력 강화를 위해 애써주시는 분들께서 함께해 주셨습니다. 주최 측을 대신해서 진심으로 감사하다는 말씀을 먼저 전하겠습니다. 저희 인천국제재난보건력 지도자 포럼은 2022년에 처음 시작해서 올해로 3회째를 맞이하고 있습니다. 점점 더 심각해지는 기후변화에 직면해서 본 포럼은 재난위험 경감에 관한 기술과 지식을 공유하는 플랫폼으로서 그 중요성을 더해가고 있습니다. Thankfully, this year has also brought together many esteemed leaders and expertise with the shared goal, making cities resilient. On behalf of the organizer, we'd like to convey our sincere gratitude for your presence. Now, in its third year, this forum, which started in 2022, continued to grow in significance as a platform for exchanging expertise in disaster risk reduction in the face of intensifying challenge posed by climate change. 특히 올해는 도시 재난 위험 경감을 위한 사회 전반의 영향 강화를 주제로 앞으로 이틀간의 여정이 펼쳐질 텐데요. 끝까지 함께해 주시고 우리 삶의 터전이 한층 더 강화된 회복력을 가질 수 있도록 많은 고견을 나눠주시길 부탁드리겠습니다. Well, this year we're focusing on all of society capacity development and education for urban disaster risk reduction over the next 2 days. We hope you'll stay with us and share your valuable insight to enhance the resilience of our living environment. 네, 그럼 지금부터 2024 인천 국제재난보건력 지도자 포럼을 시작하겠습니다. Now let's get started with the International Disaster Resilience Leaders Forum Incheon 2024. 네, 먼저 바쁘신 와중에도 본 포럼을 빛내주시기 위해서 참석해주신 내빈분들 그리고 해외 지방정부 대표님들에 대한 소개가 있겠습니다. 시간 관계상 모든 분들을 소개드리지 못하는 점 먼저 양해 말씀드리겠습니다. 제가 한 분 한 분 소개드릴 때마다 여러분 큰 박수로 환영해 주시기 바랍니다. Now I'd like to take a moment to introduce our distinguished guests, leaders and high-level representatives of local governments abroad, and we apologize for not being able to introduce all of them. So as I call out their name, please welcome them with a big round of applause. 네, 먼저 하병필 인천광역시 행정부시장님 자리해 주셨습니다. We are joined by Mr. Byung-pil Ha, Vice Mayor of Incheon Metropolitan City. 어서 오십시오. 유승분 인천광역시 의회 행정안전위원회 부위원장님 함께해 주셨습니다. Ms. Seung-bun Yoo, Vice Chair of the Public Administration and Safety Committee, Incheon Metropolitan Council. 다음 필리핀 Frederick W. Xiao, 일리건시 시장님 자리해 주셨습니다. Mr. Frederick W. Xiao, Mayor of Iligan City, Philippines. Welcome. 네팔 추리바부 마하르잔 랄리프루시 시장님 자리해 주셨습니다. Mr. 추리바부 마하르잔 Mayor of Lalitpur, 네팔. 인도 사티시 파텔 만사시 최고 책임자님 자리해 주셨습니다. Mr. 사티시 파텔 Chief Officer of Mansa Nagarpalika, India. Welcome. 로레타 히버 쥐라데 UNDRR 재난정보 모니터링 역량개발부 국장님 자리해 주셨습니다. Ms. 로레타 히버 쥐라데 Chief of Risk Knowledge Monitoring and Capacity Development Branch, UNDRR. 네, 박호근 인천연구원장님 자리해 주셨습니다. Mr. 호근 박, President of the Incheon Institute. 어서 오십시오. 박천수 행정안전부 재난관리정책국장님 자리해 주셨습니다. Mr. 천수 박, Director General of Disaster Management Policy Bureau, Ministry of the Interior and Safety of the Republic of Korea. 슈지 즈시 한중일 3국 협력사무국 사무차장님 자리해 주셨습니다. Mr. 슈지 즈시 Deputy Secretary General Trilateral Cooperation Secretariat. 산자야 바티아 UNDRR 동북아 사무소장님 자리해 주셨습니다. Last but not least, Mr. Sanjaya Bhatia, Head of Office UNDRR Onia and Gati. So once again, thank you all the attendees for joining us. 네, 모든 분들 오늘 이 자리 빛내주셔서 진심으로 감사하다는 말씀을 전하겠습니다. 다음은 인천에 오신 것을 환영하는 뜻에서 미디어 대북 공연을 준비했습니다. 미디어 대북 공연은 대한민국의 전통 대북 공연에 현대적인 영상 기술을 접목시킨 공연입니다. To warmly welcome you to Incheon, we have prepared a very special performance, which is called Media Drum Performance. This unique performance blends traditional drumming performance with modern video technologies. I hope you enjoy. 그럼 미디어 대북 공연을 시작하겠습니다. Please welcome the team with a big round of applause. 네, 멋진 공연이었습니다. 여러분 더 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. Wow, that was indeed an eye-catching performance. I believe you all enjoyed it as much as I did. And this unique performance showcased the very traditional beauty of Korean drumming combined with modern technology, creating an captivating stage. 네, 정말 눈을 뗄 수 없는 공연이었는데요. 한국 대북 전통의 전통적인 아름다움과 또 현대 미디어 기술이 만나서 색다른 무대로 또 우리 포럼의 시작을 멋지게 장식해준 공연이었습니다. 이렇게 힘차고 굉장히 다이내믹했던 북소리처럼 앞으로 저희 이틀간 포럼이 펼쳐질 텐데요. 똑같은 에너지를 가지고 힘차게 나아가길 바라면서 지금부터 본격적으로 포럼의 문을 열도록 하겠습니다. Well, with the same energy as the drum beat, we hope our forum over the next 2 days will proceed with the same vigor. 네, 그럼 오늘 이 행사를 위해서 누구보다도 바쁘게 뛰어주셨을 하병필 인천광역시 행정부시장님 무대로 모시고 개회사를 청해 듣겠습니다. 여러분 큰 박수로 맞아주시기 바랍니다. First and foremost, we'll have the opening remarks by Mr. Byung-pil Ha, Vice Mayor for Administrative Affairs of Incheon Metropolitan City. Please welcome him with a big round of applause. 여러분 다시 한번 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
여러분 반갑습니다. 대한민국 인천광역시 행정부시장 하병필입니다. 아시아 최초의 보건역 허브 도시 인천에 오신 것을 진심으로 환영합니다. 포럼을 위해서 참석해 주신 유성분 인천시의회 행정안전위원회 부위원장님, 제시수지 한중일 삼국협력사무국 부사무총장님, 기조연설을 맡아주신 산토시 쿠마르 보안 및 안전관리 국제연구소장님과 각국 도시의 시장님들, 그리고 세계 최고의 재난 분야 전문가 여러분께 깊은 감사의 인사를 드립니다. 아울러 인천국제재난보건역 지도자 포럼의 성공적 개최를 위해 애써주신 유엔 재난위원 경감사무국 카말 키쇼 대표님과 로레타 히버 주라데 국장님, 그리고 산자야 바타야 유엔 재난위원 경감사무국 동북아 사무소장님, 박호군 인천연구원장님을 비롯한 관계자 여러분께도 감사의 인사를 전합니다. 오늘날 우리는 기후위기를 비롯한 복합재난의 시대에 살고 있습니다. 특히 올해 한국은 기상반측 이후 유례를 찾아보기 힘든 폭염이 이어지면서 전 국민이 힘든 여름을 보냈습니다. 이처럼 전 세계 도시들은 이상기후로 인한 폭염, 가뭄, 호우 등의 극한의 자연재해와 팬데믹과 같은 감염재난, 그리고 점점 복잡해지는 사회적 문제들로 인한 다양한 재난을 겪고 있습니다. 시민들의 생명과 재산을 보호하는 시스템을 갖추기 위해서는 재난 대비를 철저히 하고 재난 발생 시 효과적으로 대응할 수 있는 도시재난보건력을 강화해야 합니다. 이를 위해 인천시는 초인류 안전도시 인천을 목표로 세우고 정책 개선과 재난 대응 능력 강화를 위해 노력하고 있습니다. 예방 중심의 재난 통합 관리가 가능한 스마트 재난 안전 상황 시스템을 구축하고 24시간 실시간 모니터링을 통해 신속한 상황 인지, 전파, 그리고 초동 대응까지 이뤄내고 있습니다. 또한 인천시는 급변하는 기후변화에 대비하고자 도시 침수 피해 예방을 위한 상습 침수 지역 관제 시스템 운영과 침수 방지 시설 및 우수 저류 시설을 설치하고 지표면 열섬 현상 완화를 위한 폭염 저감 시설을 확충하였습니다. 2009년 유엔 재난위원 경감사무국 동북아 사무소가 송도에 개소한 이후 우리 인천시는 국제적 수준의 안전도시를 조성하기 위해 지속해서 노력해왔으며 2020년에는 유엔 재난위원 경감사무국 롤모델 도시 인정, 2021년에는 아시아 최초이자 세계 6번째 유엔 재난위원 경감사무국 보건역 허브 도시 인정을 받았습니다. 각국의 도시들이 재난에 대한 정보를 공유하고 협력해 대응 방안을 마련하는 것은 매우 중요합니다. 올해 3번째를 맞는 인천국제재난보건역 지도자 포럼은 도시 재난 위험 경감을 위한 사회 전반의 역량 강화라는 대주제로 우리가 당면한 재난 위험을 줄이고자 안전한 도시를 위한 다양한 논의와 지혜를 모으는 자리가 될 것입니다. 재난은 피할 수 없는 현실이지만 다양한 분야의 전문가들의 경험과 지식을 나눈다면 효과적인 재난 대응 전략을 모색할 수 있을 것입니다. 끝으로 오늘 포럼에 참석해 주신 모든 분들께 다시 한번 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 그럼 지금부터 2024 인천국제재난보건력 지도자 포럼 개회를 선언합니다.
네, 대단히 감사합니다. 네, 부시장님께서 너무나 귀한 말씀을 전해주셨습니다. 오늘 포럼의 중요성을 다시 한번 일깨워 주셨고요. 또 오늘 이 자리에 함께하신 분들께 감사의 메시지도 전해주셨습니다. 고맙습니다. Thank you very much, Vice Mayor, for the opening remarks. You've reminded us of the very importance of today's gathering and conveyed a warm message of gratitude to everyone present here. 네, 다음은 환영사를 청해 듣겠는데요. 카말 키슈어 UN 사무총장 특별대표 겸 UNDRR 대표님께서 준비해 주셨습니다. 아쉽게도 개막식에 직접 참석하지 못하셨지만 잊지 않으시고 영상 메시지를 준비해 주셨습니다. Next, we are going to hear welcome remarks from Mr. Kamal Kishore, Special Representative of the United Nations Secretary General for Disaster Risk Reduction and Head of UNDRR. Unfortunately, he couldn't attend here in person, but he has prepared a special video for us. So let's turn your attention to the screen with a big round of applause. 여러분, 큰 박수로 청해 듣겠습니다.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the third International Disaster Resilience Leaders Forum in June 2024. The United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction is honored to co-organize this important forum with Incheon Metropolitan City and the Incheon Institute, in coordination with the Trilateral Cooperation Secretariat and with the generous support of the Republic of Korea's Ministry of the Interior and Safety. I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to all the co-organizers for their dedication to elevating the disaster risk reduction agenda. This forum is an important contribution to facilitating the exchange of good practices between cities and countries, and in turn, strengthening our collective resilience. This year's theme, All of Society, Capacity Development and Education for Urban Disaster Risk Reduction, is especially important as we move into the last 5 years of implementing the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction. That is because disaster resilience cannot be achieved without the engagement of all levels of government and society, and meaningful engagement requires adequate capacity development. Indeed, the importance of capacity development in disaster risk reduction was among the calls to action of the political declaration of the midterm review of the Sendai Framework. It was also cited in the Pact for the Future, which was adopted by the UN General Assembly a few weeks ago, as a key component for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Moreover, capacity building and education are central to empowering the next generation for a resilient future, which is the theme of this year's International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction. Given the importance of capacity development, I must take a moment to thank the Republic of Korea for hosting UNDRR's Office of Northeast Asia and the Global Education and Training Institute, which is the only dedicated global training institute for disaster risk reduction capacity development. Last year, the Institute delivered technical training to close to 6,300 government officials, the majority of whom were from developing countries. That said, much more is needed to enhance the capacity of developing countries, especially at the local level. That is why we launched in 2021 the Making Cities Resilient 2030 initiative, which now includes over 1,000 cities in 88 countries. Many inspiring examples have emerged from this initiative, and we are honored to have a number of them at this forum. A shining example is our host, Incheon Metropolitan City, which is the first MCR 2030 resilience hub in Asia Pacific. Thank you for your tireless efforts to promote a culture of disaster risk reduction, nationally through efforts such as the Korean School Safety Program and globally through this annual forum. In addition, this year we are delighted to welcome the many academic and research partners who are participating in the forum. Thank you for your participation and contributions to DRR. The insights, examples, and lessons that will be gained from this forum will be part of the building blocks for next year's Global Platform on Disaster Risk Reduction, which we will be convening in Geneva. I hope you will all join us there. Until then, I wish you a very successful forum, and I'm grateful for your commitment to building a resilient future for all. Thank you.
네, 대단히 감사합니다. 함께하지는 못하셨지만 우리 포럼을 환영하고 축하하는 따뜻한 마음은 고스란히 전해 주셨습니다. Thank you very much. Although he couldn't be with us in person, but his warm wishes to welcome and congratulate this forum were palpable. So once again, thank you very much. 이어서 박호근 인천연구원장님의 환영사를 청해 듣겠습니다. 무대로 모시겠습니다. Next, Mr. Hogun Park, President of the Incheon Institute, will deliver the welcome remarks. Please welcome him with a big hand. 여러분 큰 박수로 환영해 주시기 바랍니다.
예, 존경하는 대회 귀빈 여러분, 그리고 참석해 주신 여러분 진심으로 환영합니다. 인천광역시와 UNDRR 그리고 인천연구원이 공동으로 주최하고 행정안전부가 후원하는 인천국제재난보건력 지도자 포럼 개최를 진심으로 기쁘게 생각하고, 또한 글로벌 소통과 교류의 중심 인천 송도에서 여러분을 모시게 된 것을 대단히 영광스럽게 생각합니다. 올해로 제3회를 맞이하는 인천국제재난보건력 지도자 포럼을 찾아주신 여러분을 진심으로 환영하고, 또한 바쁘신 가운데에도 이번 포럼을 빛내기 위해서 참석해 주신 하병필 인천광역시 부시장님, 인천광역시의회 행정안전위원회 유승문 부위원장님, 쯔시 슈지 한중일 3국 협력사무국 사무차장님, 그리고 영상을 통해 인사를 전해주신 카말 키쇼 재난위험경감 UN 사무총장 특별대표 겸 UNDRR 대표님, 그리고 산자야 바티아 UNDRR 동북아 사무소장님, 그리고 자리를 빛내주기 위해서 찾아주신 외국의 시장님들과 그리고 또한 관계자 여러분들께 깊은 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 오늘날 도시가 점차 과밀화, 산업화, 노후화가 되어가는 가운데 기후변화와 환경오염이 더해지면서 재난의 유형이 다양화해지고 그 피해 규모도 지속적으로 증가하고 있습니다. 재난은 국가의 경계를 초월해서 인류 생존의 문제로 대두되고 있으며 경제, 산업, 사회, 문화 전반에 영향을 미치는 중대한 위협 요인으로 인식되고 있습니다. 시민의 안전을 확보하기 위한 도시의 적극적인 노력과 재난 피해 저감 정책과 기술 발전을 위한 공동체적 협력이 그 어느 때보다도 절실하게 요구되고 있는 시점입니다. 재난 위험이 확산되고 있는 위험 사회 속에서 우리는 UNDRR이 강조하는 재난 보건력의 의미와 가치를 다시금 생각해 볼 필요가 있습니다. 재난 보건력은 우리 사회에 존재하는 취약 요인이 무엇인지, 인간의 기본 권리인 안전권을 보장하기 위해 도시가 어떤 노력을 기울여야 하는지, 그리고 재난 위험에 대응하는 개인과 공동체의 역할이 무엇인지 매우 근본적이고 중요한 질문을 던지고 있습니다. 인천국제재난보건력 지도자 포럼은 이러한 질문을 함께 고민하기 위해 마련한 글로벌 논의의 장입니다. 이번 포럼을 통해서 재난보건력 강화를 위한 다양한 경험과 노력이 공유되기를 기대하며 더불어 오랜 기간 다양한 위험과 도전을 극복하며 세계로 나아가는 관문으로 발전한 인천광역시가 재난 피해 저감을 위한 글로벌 협력의 구심점으로 자리매김할 수 있기를 기원합니다. 저희 인천연구원은 인천광역시의 핵심 정책 연구기관으로서 과거 재난 경험과 미래 재난 예측을 바탕으로 보다 체계적이고 과학적인 재난 대응 능력을 구축하고 또한 도시 재난 보건력을 향상하기 위한 진보적인 전략을 제시하고 있습니다. 도시 재난 피해 저감과 국제 연대 및 협력 강화를 위한 인천연구원의 노력이 본 포럼의 지속적인 성장과 발전에 기여할 수 있기를 바라며 여러분들께 이러한 약속을 드립니다. 마지막으로 본 행사의 성공적인 개최를 위해 노력해 주신 UNDRR 동북아 사무소의 산자야 바티아 소장님, 그리고 인천광역시 시민안전본부와 인천연구원 안전도시연구센터를 비롯한 많은 관계자 여러분께 깊은 감사의 인사를 전합니다. 저희 인천연구원은 인천국제재난보건력 지도자 포럼의 성장과 발전을 위해서 앞으로도 꾸준히 노력하겠습니다. 참석해 주신 여러분의 건승과 건강을 기원드리겠습니다. 감사합니다.
네, 고맙습니다. 또 멋진 환영사뿐만 아니라 오늘의 이 귀한 자리가 있기까지 정말 애써주신 우리 연구원장님께 진심으로 감사를 드리겠습니다. Thank you very much for your welcoming remarks as well as your support in making this forum successfully happen. 네, 오늘 이 귀한 자리를 위해서 또 많은 분들께서 축사를 준비해 주셨는데요. 먼저 유승분 인천광역시의회 행정안전위원회 부위원장님께 축사를 청해 듣겠습니다. Next, Ms. Seung-Bun Yu, Vice Chair of the Public Administration and Safety Committee, Incheon Metropolitan Council, will deliver her words of congratulation. Please welcome her with a big round of applause.
존경하고 사랑하는 300만 인천 시민 여러분, 기후변화와 재난의 강한 도시를 만들기 위해 국내에서 방문하신 여러분 반갑습니다. 저는 대한민국 인천광역시의회 행정안전위원회 부위원장 유승분입니다. 올해 세 번째로 맞이하는 2024 인천국제재난보건력 지도자 포럼 개최를 진심으로 축하드립니다. 기후변화로 인한 재난 대응과 국제 협력을 위해 어려운 여건 속에서도 포럼 준비로 애써주신 유정복 시장님과 하병필 부시장님, 케이멀 키시오 UNDRR 대표님, 박호근 인천연구원장님을 비롯한 관계자 여러분께 깊은 감사를 드립니다. 아울러 포럼에 참여해 주신 20개국의 정부기관 대표와 재난전문가, 국제기구 대표님께도 환영의 인사를 드립니다. 특히 올해는 전국 평균 열대야 일수가 19.8일이 기록되는 가장 무더운 여름이었으며 국지성 호우가 반복되는 극한호우로 많은 시민들이 고통을 겪었습니다. 우리는 현재 예측할 수 없는 기후변화와 상상할 수 없는 자연재난과 재난위험의 위험 속에서 기후재난이 일상을 삼키고 있습니다. 이러한 기후위기 속에서 도시재난위험 경감을 위한 사회 전반의 역량 강화라는 주제를 가지고 새로운 지식을 나누며 재난위험 경감 협력체계 구축을 위한 노력을 하게 된 것을 뜻깊게 생각하며 인천시의회에서도 기후변화와 재난에 강한 재난보건력 허브도시 인천 만들기에 적극 협력하여 최선을 다하겠습니다. 이번 포럼을 통해 기후 및 재난위험 경감 기술을 공유하고 도시 보건력을 위한 제도적 지원 강화로 재난위험 경감 정책 연구가 활성화되는 계기가 되기를 희망합니다. 다시 한번 인천광역시 유엔 재난위원 경강 사무국 그리고 인천연구원을 비롯한 모두 관계자 여러분께 감사의 말씀을 전하며 함께해 주신 시민 여러분의 건강과 행복을 기원합니다. 감사합니다.
네, 대단히 감사합니다. 또 따뜻한 축사 말씀으로 오늘 포럼의 의미를 더해 주신 우리 부위원장님께 감사드리는 말씀 전하겠습니다. Thank you very much, Vice Chair, for adding significance to this forum with your warm message. 네, 이어서 박천수 행정안전부 재난관리정책국장님의 축사를 정해 드리겠습니다. Next, Mr. Chun Soo-bok, Director General of Disaster Management Policy Bureau, Ministry of the Interior and Safety, Republic of Korea, will deliver his word. Please welcome him with a big hand.
네, 반갑습니다. 저는 대한민국 행정안전부 재난관리정책국장으로 일하고 있는 박천수입니다. 먼저 오늘 포럼을 준비해 주신 UNDRR의 카말 키쇼 대표님과 로레타 하버 지라테 국장님, 산자야 바타야 동북아 사무소장님, 또 인천광역시 하명표 부장 등 준비해 주신 분들께 깊은 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 아울러 성공적인 포럼을 위해 참석해 주신 세계 각국의 재난 분야 고위 관리자분들 또 전문가들을 진심으로 환영드립니다. 최근 몇 년간 우리는 홍수, 가뭄, 폭염 등 기후변화로 인한 자연재해의 빈도와 강도가 급격히 증가하는 것을 경험하고 있고, 이러한 변화는 인류의 안전과 경제, 사회적 기반을 심각하게 위협하고 있습니다. 이와 함께 세계적으로 발생하고 있는 감염병, 지진 등 재난 사례를 보면 한 국가의 노력만으로는 감당하기 어려운 상황이 지속되고 있습니다. 현재도 또 앞으로도 진행되고 있는 기후위기에서 적응하고 대응하기 위해서는 오늘 회의와 같은 국제적 연대가 어느 때보다 중요하다고 생각합니다. 이런 상황에서 도시재난위험 경감을 위한 사회 전반의 역량 강화라는 주제로 열리는 이번 지도자 포럼은 우리들의 준비 상황을 한 단계 더 발전시키는 중요한 계기가 될 것으로 기대합니다. 우리 행정안전부에서는 첨단 기술을 활용한 대규모 복합 재난 대응 사례를 공유하고자 하며 그간 축적해온 재난관리 경험을 바탕으로 아시아를 넘어 전 세계 국가들과 재난 대응 역량을 강화하는 활동에 앞장서겠습니다. 또한 포럼에서 논의된 사항들을 국내 재난관리 정책에 접목시키고 희생력을 강화하는 등 국내 활동 시 적극 활용토록 하겠습니다. 각국의 중앙정부와 재난위험 경감 노력을 공유하고 또 도시보건력을 위한 교육과 훈련, 제도적 지원 강화 방안을 토론하는 등 오늘 이 포럼은 참으로 뜻깊은 자리인 것 같습니다. 행사를 준비해 주신 UNDRR의 카말 키쇼 대표님 등 모든 분들께 다시 한번 감사드리고 오늘 포럼을 정말 축하드립니다. 감사합니다.
네, 진심으로 감사 말씀 드리겠습니다. 따뜻한 말씀과 함께 앞으로도 도시 보건력 증진을 위한 아낌없는 지원도 약속해 주셨습니다. Well, thank you very much for your warm message, and he has also promised continued unwavering support for enhancing urban resilience. Once again, thank you very much. 다음은 슈지 즈시 한중일 삼국협력사무소 사무차장님께서 축사를 주시겠습니다. Now I have the pleasure of introducing Mr. Shuji Zusi, Deputy Secretary General of the Trilateral Cooperation Secretariat. Please welcome him with a big hand.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. 여러분 안녕하십니까? It is a great honor to join you today at the International Disaster Resilience Leaders Forum in Incheon 2024. On behalf of the Trilateral Cooperation Secretariat, the TCS, I would like to offer my heartfelt congratulations to Incheon Metropolitan City, the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, and the Incheon Institute and the Ministry of the Interior and Safety for organizing this important forum. Your efforts to bring together leaders, experts, and stakeholders to address such a vital issue are truly commendable. This year holds a special significance for the TCS as it marks the 25th anniversary of the trilateral cooperation among China, Japan, and the Republic of Korea. It has been a privilege for me to witness firsthand the unwavering commitment of our nations to promoting peace and shared prosperity in Northeast Asia and beyond. As our region is highly vulnerable to natural disasters, we underscore the importance of building strong and effective disaster management systems. These systems not only mitigate the immediate impact of disasters, but also supports long-term recovery and resilience. Since the establishment of the Trilateral Ministerial Meeting on Disaster Management in 2009, our three countries have consistently worked together, sharing best practices and strategies to better prepare for and respond to natural disasters. At the recent 9th Trilateral Summit in Seoul, our leaders emphasized disaster relief and safety as a key focus of our cooperation. The TCS is deeply committed to transforming these high-level commitments into tangible actions. This year, in May, the TCS co-hosted with UNDRR an event on disaster risk reduction in cooperation with Incheon Metropolitan City. We invited officials not only from China, Japan, and Korea, but also from ASEAN, South Asia, Central Asia, and other countries. The event consisted of workshops, training sessions, and site visits, and provided a platform to share best practices and exchange ideas on multi-hazard risk assessment and early warning. By continuing such collaboration across borders, we can ensure that our communities are well protected and resilient in the face of future challenges. I believe that the theme of this forum, all of society capacity development and education for urban disaster risk reduction, is both timely and essential. As disasters become more frequent and intense, it is critical that we leverage science, technology, and collaborative governance to improve disaster response and risk mitigation. This requires active participation of not only governments, but also local communities, civil society, and private sector. It is truly inspiring to see experts from around the world gathered here today, sharing their knowledge and perspectives on this urgent issue. The Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction provides us with a clear roadmap, and the forums we have today are essential for ensuring that we continue making progress toward the goal. In closing, I would like to reaffirm the TCS's commitment to strengthening regional and global cooperation in disaster risk reduction. We look forward to working closely with you all to turn these discussions into meaningful actions that will enhance the safety and well-being of our communities. Once again, I extend my sincere thanks to the organizers and participants. I wish this forum every success and look forward to the fruitful discussions ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your kind word, and also thank you for gracing us with your attendance. 네, 정말 멋진 말씀으로 이 자리를 축하해 주신 우리 사무 차장님께 진심으로 감사하다는 말씀을 전하겠습니다. 이렇게 많은 분들께서 따뜻한 말씀과 또 건설적인 제언으로 우리 포럼의 문을 활짝 열어주셨습니다. 다양한 말씀을 주셨는데요. 회복력 있는 도시를 구축하기 위해서는 무엇보다 협력이 중요하다는 것을 일깨워 주셨습니다. 그런 의미에서 오늘 이 자리의 중요성을 다시 한번 생각하게 되었습니다. 귀한 말씀 모두 감사드리겠습니다. Well, we have opened the forum with wonderful remarks and constructive suggestions, reminding us that the cooperation is paramount in building resilient cities, and that highlight once again very significance of today's gathering. So we sincerely thank you for all your valuable contributions. 네, 그럼 이어서 저희는 기도 연설을 정해 듣겠습니다. 산토시 쿠마르 보안 및 안전관리 국제연구소 CEO님께서 준비해 주셨습니다. Next, we'll have a keynote speech by His Excellency Mr. Santoshi Kumar, Chief Executive Officer, International Institute of Security and Safety Management. Please welcome him with a big round of applause. 여러분 큰 박수로 환영 부탁드리겠습니다.
Good morning, namaste and greetings from India. Thank you very much for inviting International Institute of Security and Safety Management for this very important event by the Gaiety and also the Municipal City Corporation of Government of Incheon. I am grateful indeed. It's very interesting that since morning we have been listening that disaster size, intensity, scale and impact increasing leaps and bounds. It's very important to look at that why it is all happening. So cause and effect. So cause, if we know and quantify, then definitely we would be able to address this. And when we say, I was listening to Mr. Kamal Kishore, and he mentioned about that capacity building is one of the most important thing which we can take up. It looks very soft, but it has a long-term impact. So that is why we say that capacity building is important and we should be taking it further. So I am engaged personally in this sector for the last 3 decades. And that time when we were discussing globally that the role of international institutions, national institutions, and the local government. And indeed, I really acknowledge those days when Yokohama strategy was being discussed at the global level, and many global leaders came to the floor and decided that we should have a kind of a common goal for reducing disaster risks. And then furtherance, we have the several kind of a framework. Now we are focusing on Sendai Disaster Risk Reduction Framework. So globally, when we say that 3 important conventions which we are committed to, all countries are signatory of that: climate change adaptation, Sendai framework, and also when we are talking about sustainable development goal. All 3 we cannot imagine and complete in itself if we start looking as a kind of a very kind of a shallow-based approach, segregation. No, it has to be integrated. So many things to be done and taking this together, and how the international community coming forward in terms of collaborating, cooperating, and also incorporating in terms of our own work framework. So when I was working, started working, I'm an economist, but I was working on the disaster risk reduction. We found that's very interesting. That's not disaster risk reduction. Actually, it is failing development, and we need to get the dividend of development on a regular basis, what we are making investment, or what investments are intended to be. So this is one of the things which I wanted to flag, that every global conference is focusing on this, that how these 3 frameworks can be integrated. Saying integration is one, but actually translating it on the ground is difficult when the different departments at the local level have their different agenda and they have a different work to take forward. So here, how that capacity building can be taken as a kind of a larger framework of disaster risk reduction. As you know, that capacity development is the denominator of risk and the vulnerabilities. If you increase the denominator, you will find that the disaster risk and the impact of disaster is minimal. So that's why we are all together here to when we are looking at the flood of Indonesia, Malaysia, then we see that what is happening in the United States of America, then small island countries, and then look at India's. So all over we are finding that we are grappling with these disaster situations, be it big economy or be it small economy or be it a developing economy. So derailment of development has to be stopped if we need to get the dividend of development. So here, the point which I'm trying to make is that we need to look at that capacity building when we are talking about where we need to focus. The disaster cycle, if you look at, you will find preparedness is one, response is another, immediate recovery is another. Then we go for the long-term recovery, reconstruction, and then go for the preparedness cycle. So capacity building is just not on the pre-disaster scenario in terms of preparedness alone, but we have to look at the capacity development in all the cyclical approach of disaster risk reduction. So this is one point which I wanted to flag. Like when in India, we started at the provincial level, that how the local government comes to the capacity building. And we see initially 20 years ago, not much of a response from the local government was there. And then state government, which we say the provincial government and the federal government, that response came very late. And that came when with the whole, this kind of a conferences, collaborations, and started, then national government also coming forward and making commitments. So Sendai framework is one, SDG is another one, and the third is COP. So all we have just 6 years left from now to all the 2030 target which we had. So how we are going to actually take this forward in 6 years left time. So this is possible only when we start collaborate, and collaborate. So this is very, very important. This all alone we cannot do anything. So it's time to collaborate, and then collaborate with whom? This is the second question comes in. Collaborate with the fellow institutions, collaborate with the research institutions, collaborate with the capacity development institutions, collaborate with the government institution, collaborate with the private sector institutions, and collaborate with the civil society. So many of the disaster responses, you must have noticed that if a large number of people are getting affected, it's not alone the government is responding. Government is responding also along with the civil society and all the partners, the private sectors and the institutions all together. So here we need to look at that capacity building which we are talking about, how we can define very easily the software and the hardware. Hardware capacity is different than the software. Like many cities we are seeing is heavily into the kind of a flooding situation. Every time when you open the television set and you will find that you are seeing the scene of the flooding A city or the B city or D city, where the eastern part of the world or the western part of the world or the Middle East, where you will find everywhere. So the question is that how we are going to do the software and hardware capacity development, be it the policy, be it the framework, be it the public policy of the government and the local government, how it is addressing, and where the community engagement and the private sector is very huge. So we started with that journey in a small local area, and then we moved up to the provincial area. So in provincial area, we found that challenges are different. And at the federal level, again, the challenges are different. So one size fit to all will not work anywhere. So we started looking at as a kind of a different risk exposure, differential vulnerabilities, so differential capacity gap engagement required at different levels. So the same as the countries which we are talking about, whether small island countries or the countries we are into drought-prone areas, countries we are into high flooding areas, all have to be looked in the total local cultural context. So that is very, very important. So that realizing that we found majority of the institutions are not engaged in the disaster risk reduction capacity building. So in India, we started with the bringing curriculum one into school education, but should not be left to the higher education so alone. So what we did, integration in the school education and then also into higher education institutions. So we started, I took the initiative of bringing all the institutions, university institutions, at one platform which can address the disaster risk reduction. And then institutions came together. They did not come just together for the fun, just they are coming together, but with the purposeful meaning. And that was that we brought into the curriculum of higher education, so engineering, medical, and also the mainstream of higher education, master's program, undergrad program, We developed curriculum, but the curriculum was not enough. So how that institution can undertake this? So we had a kind of universities, institutions, those who are controlling institutions, we negotiated with them, and finally it has gone to spread over to all the institutions in the country. So thousands of institutions and universities now working for the DRR component. Somebody is adding, so 4 credits, somebody 6 credits, something like that, so that next generation is addressed that yes, you are aware about the challenges, what is going to happen in the country or across the globe. So how you become global citizen in terms of transforming this risk to risk resilience. That is the challenge which was given. So that was not enough, again, bringing curriculum. Students also wanted to go for research. So we started creating research fund programs. So Government of India also came with the research initiatives. So the research program was facilitated by the University Grant Commission. So that is there into a place. And the third important thing which got integrated, just not the research work, the students were coming through the different examinations to get the research grant. So that even that examination got integrated disaster risk reduction. So it's a complete comprehensive formula which we drafted and is the capacity building. One is the institutions dedicated for civil servant training. Then other institutions like dedicated for the corporate training. And third is these educational institutions. So I currently represent that institutions which is focusing on the corporate sectors, private sectors, and the civil society groups. So International Institute of Security, Safety, and Disaster Risk Management, which we represent, is for the last 3 decades have been engaged itself is a total loss prevention. So total loss preventions, if you unfold this, you will find it's just not talking about security risk, safety risk, but disaster risks or the climate risk is a comprehensive of all. The humanity should not suffer and their suffering should be brought down to zero. So that is the kind of approach which we have taken. So I would, in this span of time, I will take just 2-3 minutes and I will wind up. I will give in this present context 3, 4, 5 kind of recommendations. And that recommendation, because you're all aware about the geopolitical environment, risk environment, SDG environment, and disaster risk environment. So in this context, with our experiences across the globe, what we have been discussing with our friends in different regions, we are discussing with the friends who are into a kind of a dynamics of risk reduction, whether it's a corporate or whether it's a kind of a government or with any international agencies. My first recommendation would be inclusion of disaster risk reduction in all the educational institutions, from the school to the higher education. Probably that would be the kind of a transformational initiative by any government in the world. So that is very, very important, be it local level, be it provincial level, be it federal level, or be it the international level. If this inclusion is there, it will take time. I'm not saying that the Rome was built in a day, but definitely it is going to be a transformative. This is one recommendation. Second recommendation I would bring that it should be seen holistically, and we also be looking at allocating budget for this, bringing higher education thing. It's all not happen all alone. Like you wish and then think will happen, it's not like that. You need to struggle for the budgetary support as well. So the government policy advocacy for the budget and also for the support program. That is very, very important for any government to take this from here. So this is the second recommendation. And third recommendation which I would mention about that, which I said already, collaborate, collaborate, and collaborate. It's not disengagement, but as engagements of institutions. So this is very important to be taken. Fourth, specifically, I would like to mention engagement of private sector. That is very, very crucial because most of the countries now going from state-owned to the private-owned system. So in this kind of a system, large in any disaster response also, if you see the large number of private sectors are engaged rather than only the government sector. So ratio is very high. So why not have a kind of engaged community and engaged private sector? They have the responsibility. So corporate social responsibility along with the private sector engagement would be my fourth recommendations. The fifth recommendation which I would like to mention in terms of making everything inclusive. That is when we draft curriculum, we just forget many of the composition of the population, we think that everybody is like that. So inclusiveness is very, very important, whether it is a differentially able person, aged community, or we are talking about women, gender issues. So every culture has a different kind of a gender equity, gender balance, and gender cultural reality. So we need to look at that how inclusiveness brought in the realm of the social cultural reality. That is very, very important. Fifth is this engagement of institutions, those who are into capacity building programs, like Getty is one. So similar, like the many international institutions have come together. What is needed as a global knowledge management hub to be brought in, and that global knowledge management can disseminate it to the national level, and that will percolate down. The national level institution should work and then percolate to the local level. So the role of international institutions are very, very important in terms of bringing global experience at one platform. So Getty can play a very important role. And being International Institute of Security and Safety Management, we are also operating in different countries as well, like Australia or Singapore and other places also. So we can also be possible partners of yours. Last but not the least, the point, don't forget about the cascading risk. So what we say that all planning and curriculum which we are designing for capacity building is largely what is the known risk. But the unknown risk like COVID-19, we did not know and we did not anticipate. Although the many reports were there that the COVID might come, might hit, but we all ignored. So what we are saying that we must not ignore the cascading risk. One disaster leading to another, like the Japan, we have seen that what was there, that tsunami happened and then the flooding, and then flooding after the earthquake, tsunami to flooding, and then nuclear emergency. So all these cascading risks, how our next generation is getting ready to cope with that. So that is the challenge, which is to quantifying unknown risks and also addressing in our curriculum and capacity development program. So friends, I would end with a small anecdotal story that when one boy, very curious from one of the villages, he came to the God and said that, God, I want to understand the difference between the two. The God smiled at him and said that, what kind of a differences you want to understand? So that many people say, go to heaven, go to hell, go to heaven, go to hell. I have been listening this. What is the difference between two? I have not seen, I've asked these questions to my forefathers, my siblings, and they have not been able to answer. God said, come along. And God took him along. And he said that I'm giving two options to two groups. One group is a heaven group, another is a hell group. And I will ask him to, I will give a wonderful dishes that would be served by the God to both the groups. And only one condition that would be given, that they have to eat by spoon. And eating with a spoon, then the spoon size will be 2 feet long, so longer feet. And that the groups, the boy was taken by the God to the hell first, and they were saying that sitting on the dining table, and they were trying to eat. They all trying, but they were not able to absorb the food or take the food. And the boy was just in the sense of bewilderness, was thinking where to go. Then they said, let's go. He was questioning God that you have given the wrong kind of a conditions. So how one can eat in this kind of a conditions? God said, come along. He took them to the heaven where the group were sitting, and he saw everybody was eating. How come? He said that everyone was feeding to others. So that sitting person before, so 2 feet of the spoon, they were easily feeding the other, opposite side sitting, and the same was feeding the other. So everybody was eating. He said, could you find the difference? He smiled. God said, I'm sorry, my apology. I could understand very well that how cooperation works. So this is how I would like to mention, let us cooperate, and cooperate. Thank you very much. I'm grateful indeed. Thank you very much.
much for sharing your insights to the keynote speech. 네, 기조연설을 통해서 또 유용한 정보와 통찰을 전달해 주신 우리 산토시 쿠마르 CEO님께 진심으로 감사하다는 말씀을 전하겠습니다. That brings us to the end of the opening ceremony. 이상으로 2024 인천국제재난보건역 지도자 포럼 개회식을 마치도록 하겠습니다. 내외빈 여러분의 기념 촬영이 있겠습니다. 부시장님을 비롯해서 우리 내외빈 여러분들께서는 진행요원의 안내를 받아서 단상으로 모시겠습니다. So we'll now take a moment to take photos with the Vice Mayor and our esteemed high-level participants. So please make your way onto the stage under the guidance of our staff. 네, 무대로 모시겠습니다. 네, 우리 기념 촬영을 위해서 부시장님을 비롯해서 오늘 이곳에 참석해 주신 또 외빈 분들을 모시고 기념 촬영을 찍도록 하겠습니다. 또 앉아 계신 분들께서도 또 함께 박수 쳐 주시면서 이 시간 함께 해 주신다면 더욱더 오래 기억에 남을 것 같습니다. 네, 무대로 모시겠습니다. So would you please move closer to each other to make sure that all of you are visible in the photo frame? Thank you. So for the first shot, please give the smile to the camera. 첫 번째 사진은 밝은 미소로 또 우리 함께 찍도록 하겠습니다. I will count to 3, so please smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Thank you. And for the second shot, Korean people usually do shout to fighting, which mean let's do our best, like this gesture. Please look at me like this gesture. So I will count to 3. So on 3, let's shout together. Shout. Fighting. Okay? 1. 여기 계신 분들께서도 함께 해주시면 좋을 것 같아요. 1, 2, 3, fighting. Thank you very much. 네, 박수로 저희 마무리하도록 하겠습니다. 진심으로 감사를 드리겠습니다. 네, 그럼 이제 자리로 모시도록 하겠습니다. Thank you for your cooperation. You may return to your seat. 네, 대단히 감사합니다. 네, 저희는 이렇게 개회식을 마치도록 하겠습니다.